What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it has been a while. This is just a brief introduction after my introduction video that you just saw, a new one, of course. I must say I love it very much, but the purpose of this introduction video is just to kind of lay a foundation of what is going to happen through this video. It's quite a lengthy video, as you've seen, but what this video, technically by the title itself, says the 7 things that I've learned in second semester of law school. I want to laugh at myself right now, but okay. You know, they said go to law school, it will be fun. Okay. But anyway, so what's going to happen? After this video, you're going to watch with me. I was trying to do a reaction video, but technically, I'm not as advanced as I thought I am in terms of technology. So I do not know how I will be doing the editing, and I think it will be a little bit problematic for myself to do it because I don't think I have the necessary equipment to do it. But it's fine. I've made a separate video, which is a reaction video that I was supposed to react to, which is how my semester has been going. Not my whole semester, only exam time. And that video is 7 minutes long. Imagine, only my exams, and it is short snippets of how I've been preparing for my exams. I have 1 exam left. I'm writing it tomorrow, but I've got 1 that I'm also writing today. So let me say I've got 2 left. I'm writing the one in an hour. No, in 2 hours. And then I've got the one that I'm writing tomorrow, also afternoon session. I'm writing constitutional law today. Okay. And so yeah, that's what's going to happen. So after this video, immediately after this video, there's going to be that whole video that you should watch, and I wish you enjoy. You know, when I was editing, I had so many questions in my head. At least I didn't shed a tear, but I think when I do the final touch-up thing, I might, because wow. And let me just say, I'm faced with the most saddest thing at the moment. I'm not going home for this semester because of reasons which I'm going to canvass, I think, later on. But yeah, I'm not going to be going home. I'm finishing tomorrow. Immediately after tomorrow, I'm going on a camp, the University Prestige Leadership Camp. And then after that, I'm going to come back and just be able to rest for 5 days, which are not enough for me to go home. Because of that 5 days, it would basically mean that I will have to travel 3 days to home. I will have to travel 1 day home and another one back, which means technically I'll only be home for 3 days, which doesn't make sense to me financially and whatsoever. So then, okay, then I've spoken about that. And then also after that 5 days that I'll be having for myself, I will then have SAD week, which is what I think I made a video of it last year, where we prepare for the SAD performance, which is the music thing. SAD is the music thing. I normally just say it's the music, a cappella music thing group that I'm in. So the competition is, I think, as soon as we open in second semester. So those are the 2 reasons why I can't be going home. And then after that, then I will get into the video, which is what I've learned, the 7 things that I've learned in second semester. So I hope you really enjoy. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, share, and comment.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? What you bring on?
Stress ngamampela nje angazi ukuthi mina ngiyenzeni angazi and enhle understand.
I understand.
Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. I don't know why I'm saying it again. If you remember from my previous video, I also had a problem where I felt like I'm repeating the same thing in one video, and that is simply because that is the only way that my mind immediately goes to. Like if I'm gonna shoot a video now, the first thing that my mind tells me to say is "What's up, everybody?" So you have to bear with me, and yeah. So as the title of this video suggests, I'm going to be speaking about the 7 things, and I've listed them here. So if you see me looking down and ticking off, I am just using my notebook, and I'll be ticking off from the notebook. So first of all, this I have to just do a disclaimer. This is how I feel. Definitely, if I can get friends of mine or classmates to come and speak, they maybe might not say the same. This is just from my perspective. It's my POV. So it is not in any way what we are told to feel or what we are told to say. I'm not paid to say this. It is definitely how I have perceived my first semester and second semester to be with. Okay, with that out of the way, I think I can then start with the video, because I also don't intend, if you notice, I don't like long videos, but yeah, let's hope it doesn't get too long. So first on the list, it's, now I'm not wearing my glasses, so now I have to, it's not like first year. Fully agree. I cannot emphasize it enough. Second year law, and I think it's for all the courses, in fact, is definitely not like your first year. First year, definitely you are still new to the thing. You're coming straight from you're coming straight from high school. You're still having to get things, they're trying to make sure that you get to a new place, a new stage in your life a little bit comfortably, because when you get here, you did a lot of the modules were not as difficult and challenging as they are now. And one thing that I've also realized, that even the assessment plans and the assessments are not the same in terms of weighting and all of those things. And last year we had a lot more online tests. I don't know if it's because of COVID or it was because they were trying to make sure that we save the year or whatever, so that at least your first year can be the best marks you have on your transcript. But nonetheless, what I've also noticed is that in first year, our weightings were in assessment. You were supposed to know 80% theory, and then 20%, the remaining 20% was then for application questions. So in a whole question paper, 80% of the question paper would be theory questions. So state, name, just do that, which is already in the textbook or which is in the slides or which you have covered, and then you just have to state maybe the sections of the Constitution and whatsoever. And then the 20% was then application questions. So application questions is where we use what we call FIRAC, which is a way of summarizing. I use it the most of the times in case law for facts, issue. R stands for rule, A stands for what is A? FIRAC. A stands for, what is it standing for? Yes, and then application, and then R stands for FIRAC. No, C stands for conclusion. So it is very helpful. They teach you that in first year. I think I did it in 3 of my modules. In all the 3 modules, they were teaching us the same thing, how to summarize case law and all of that. So now in second year, they expect you to know more than you did in first year. So now everything's a bit faster. In terms of case law, you don't do the cases the way you did them in first. In first year, we would have literally lectures where we sit down and we discuss the case, fact of the case, try to fill in that FIRAC thing on your own. But this year we don't. We get to class, we assume that you know the case, you've read the case, and this is the year where you hear a lot of lecturers saying, don't worry, the case is not too long, it's just 40 pages, it's just 80 pages. It's going down. It is going down. So secondly, let me just tick off what I learned. Okay, what did I learn from second year, first semester? 1, I had to learn to adapt. I had no choice, but I had to fall in with the curriculum. So as soon as first year started, second year, first semester kicked off, it was full blown up until the end. I thought it's going to be a time where things are going to be tough, and then it's going to stop, and then you're going to have a time to chill. There's no such thing, because you have a mixture of modules. We've got, and I don't know if it's the same, I think it's going to be the same for all my years. I've got public law, and I've also got private law, which are technically not the same in nature, because with private law you look more specifically at your specific legislation, whereas with Public law, you will look at you look at the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and those kind of things. I don't want to give too much information because I don't assume that all my audience or you guys who are my subscribers are law students, so I don't want to get too technical in terms of terminology that I use and in terms of what I'm speaking about. So then that is the first thing I had to, and this is something that I know, and if you know me, I never struggled with it. It's something I love. It's actually very exciting for me to adapt to a new thing. So for me, you can place me anywhere, give me 2 days, I will definitely adapt, and I must say it has been working for me thus far. And then the second thing that I've learned, I think I'm just going to mention 3 or 4, is preparation. You can never be too prepared. I don't want to lie. You feel like what I did, and I'm very proud of myself for this, because I feel like this year, I started way in advance in terms of studying. I did my notes a little bit earlier than I did last year, because last year I would literally just go with the flow until I get to study unit 5, and then I would then come back to study unit 1 and start making my notes, which is a problem because you then waste much more time on making the notes, forgetting that the date for the examination is actually coming more nearer. So this year, as we were doing it in class, I was definitely doing my notes. Hence, even the quality of my notes I can see on myself have very much improved, because there's a lot of my own perspective in the notes. There's what the textbook says, there's what the lecturers say, and then there's also what the slide says. So I had quite a variety of opinions on the same topic, on the same study unit of notes, and it is very helpful because you see how all of these 4 things or 3 things kind of merge together. Then I said adaptation. You can never be more prepared more than you're supposed to. And then there's something called case law. Case law, case law, case law. You know, the judges are not sitting in the courts writing 40-80 pages judgment for fun. Sorry, there's just an helicopter. I think I can't see, but yeah, it's just helicopter passing, so I'll just give it a sec. Yep. So case law is very important. You will always have prescribed cases. So prescribed cases are the cases that the lecturer or the faculty expects you to do in a specific study unit. So what happens is, the danger is, you don't have 4 cases that you have to know for the module. No, you might have 4 cases that you have to know in study unit 1, 8 cases that you have to know in study unit 2, 9 or 12 cases in study unit 3 or 2, it doesn't matter. But all of those cases are prescribed, so they expect you somewhere, somehow, to know all of those cases, not necessarily know them in detail, be able to differentiate between the facts of each case. So you need to be able to say, in this case, this is what happened. For example, let me just use this very prominent example in my year now with the case law that I do, is the EFF cases. We've got 2 EFF cases. Now what's important is the fact that these cases almost deal with the same issue, but the difference in them are definitely technically in the facts, and then also the 2 are in different years. So the one is a 2016 case and the one is a 2018 case. Okay, sorry for slight disturbance. I just hope that does not affect the quality of the video. So I was still saying the one is a 2016 case and the one is a 2018 case. So you technically have to know what each of the cases dealt with, the judgment, what the order was, what they were seeking, and what the judge said about the specific matter. Now what is also very important on the issue of case law is that I've just indicated that you might be able to need to know specific cases for each study unit, and that is for each module. Yes, so in criminal law you might do in study unit 1 4 cases. In property law, in study unit 1 you do 3 cases. In constitutional law you do, you see, it's, hey, I don't want to swear, mara, hey, kima, okay, mara, yeah. So it is a lot of case law, and each aspect. That's why what I do to my advantage when I deal with case law, I make sure that when we discuss case law, I pay specific attention in class, because definitely what the lecturer speaks about in class is definitely what he really wants you to know about the case. Sometimes it's not necessary for you to go read about 40-50 cases, and for me, someone who actually spends time in reading the cases, I'm not saying I don't forget the facts and stuff, because of course if you read too many cases you get to swap the facts and think this case was the other case and the one case is the other case. So it's quite helpful, because there was a time when we had an assignment and stuff, and my group members, apparently they knew that because they saw in my file I've got a lot of cases that I read and highlight through and write notes on, and they told me that you are someone who reads case law for fun, so come say something and all of that. But yeah, technically, so that is then technically how I close off the issue of case law. So case law is very important, very important. It is, I don't want to say it's the foundation, because what is in the textbook and what the content of the module speaks about will definitely be spoken about in the case law, pardon. And also the thing is, you can also then definitely see how the judges, for example, maybe ignored and did not do what the legislation want them to ignore to do. And that is important things that you need to be able to put into your mind, that they are also judges, they are human, they also are they are not, what's the word, they are also prone to making mistakes, and it is your job as a law student and as a lawyer, as a future attorney or whatever, to be able to highlight that and know that I cannot rely on this case because I do not believe, and the legislation does not necessarily agree with what the judge did, so I cannot cite this particular case. If I make sense, I don't know if I even make sense. I didn't hear it myself. So let's go to the third one. So far we've got what it's not like first year and what I learned. And then what I learned, I broke it up into 3 things. I said 1, adaptation, you can never be more prepared than you have to, and case law. Then now we go to number 3. Number 3 is socializing. This is something that I've quite compromised this year in comparison to last year. Last year we were first year, as I'm saying, things were the ball, and all of us were still first years in res. We became family, we became friends, there were plans a lot of times. I didn't attend everything, but in the 6 months that I have now been here, I have not gone out once on my own to go out. The only time that I've gone out, and not specifically go out even, was when I went with my corridor. So we had a residence thing. It was 2 times. 1, it was my corridor, and then 2, it was father and son. So my father had to take his son, and we had a brother, so I had to be there to kind of just, you know what I'm trying to say, get to mingle with the person, get to know the person, because we are now a residence father, and next year I will have to choose a son, so he will have to be the uncle of my child. So it's a whole situation. But what I wanted to say about socializing is I do not feel bad about it. I don't want to lie, I do not feel bad about not socializing. I don't feel like socializing should be something that you do if you don't feel like doing it. And I feel like the compromise that I did with regard to this has definitely paid off in terms of, if I've saved money. Yes, if you know me, when it comes to this, I don't play around. So I've saved money, I have less regrets, I have not necessarily I haven't gone out. So yeah, but you see, I'm finishing tomorrow writing, then I'm going on a camp on Thursday, and then I'm coming back. You know that 5 days that I was talking about, that 5 days, yay, I don't want to say anything, it's gonna go down. You're definitely gonna see it, because I'm not gonna post that content on YouTube, but I am definitely going to overcompensate. Not in terms of drinking, no, not just drinking and stuff, but I'm going to overcompensate in terms of, I'm not gonna do any school work. Normally when I went home, I would take my books with. I don't want anything. I've been here since January. That's one thing I forgot to mention in that video. I've been here since January, a whole month before everyone else arrived, because I had to do R&O with the first years. I stayed that whole month. After that month, we had recess in April, I think, March or April. I didn't go home, and I'm still here. But yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'll have to just get over not going home, because I want to also overcompensate with that, because I am definitely going to go home for 3 weeks. I don't care. I think in September or October, when I see that it's not going to be too busy, because really I have to be home. Guys, I'm still someone's child. I still have a mother. I still have to go home. I still have to see family and stuff. It's not always good to just be in school. This environment is not toxic, but it's, when I sit in my room, I don't think, the reason why I'm so happy that I'm going on camp is because I will not be tempted to do any work. Because if I just sit around and watch TV the whole day, or watch YouTube or anything, I will definitely get tempted because guilt is going to eat me and feel like doing something. So when I go out, this camp is going to be something that is really going to make me relax, and I hope for nothing but the best. The fourth thing I have also learned from this semester and this year so far is that definitely you see the numbers dropping. The numbers in terms of my classmates, people who go to lectures, people who are doing the year with you, people who still contact you, the numbers get fewer every time. So you notice, and what I cannot stress enough is that you need to be sure that law is what you want to do. I knew definitely from the first, even before I got here, I think I knew already in grade 6. But then I got more informed and I made an informed decision, I think in high school. I just cannot remember which grade. But I made a decision that law is what I want to do. I did not see myself doing anything except for law, and I still feel the same. I would not do anything other than what I'm studying now because of the passion for it. I must say I love it, even though sometimes it's very difficult. It feels like it's just not, it's not entering and things are tekering. But there I have to remind myself of what would you do if you do not do this. Why do you like, what would you do if you really, if I did not do this? And I must honestly say I do not know. So yes, definitely. And one thing that because I watch a lot of law YouTubers at the moment. There's only 2 or 3, but there's one who posts regular content. It's an advocate of the High Court. I don't want to mention, I don't know, should I mention them or should I not? Yeah, but whatever. So she uploads content regarding her journey to being an advocate. Mick is a lecturer, of course, a professor, whatever, someone who teaches law or teaches in a university. So she said what she noticed when she was an academic is that the law curriculum is structured in such a way that it has to be difficult. So there is once more a way where I was like, okay, so this is how it's supposed to be. What did I expect? So it's just how it's supposed to be, and there's nothing you can do, because definitely if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, and that is not the case that we want. We don't want to have a situation where the career absorbs a lot of, I don't want to say unqualified, because of course they would have been qualified. Let me say would of course have a lot of in terms of quality lacking professionals. I don't want to say much this video. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to move right along from number 4 to number 5, which is then priorities. It's very important to prioritize in university. Things get busy. If you know me, I was actually stunned 2 days ago. A friend of mine in the residence asked me, what are you doing this year? And I thought he's asking like, am I still studying law? And I said, no, I'm still doing my LLB second year. He's like, no, what are you doing for the NW, or what are you doing for the residence? What are you doing? And I thought for a minute that I cannot answer the question, because I can only think of the immediate stuff like radio, because I do it every week. Right now we are on leave, by the way. We are off until second semester. So I only told him about radio, and I told him about, I think I told him about radio. I can't remember what else, but I think I told him about 2 or 3 things. But the crux of what I'm trying to tell you is that I even forget the things that I'm doing. But luckily I've got a saved, I always update my CV, my academic CV of what I'm doing. And it is so full, it will sometimes, when someone asks me what are you doing and I don't have an answer for that, it will feel like I'm lying. Because there's no way I would not forget these things. There are a lot, I must say. So back to the issue of prioritizing. It's important to prioritize that, okay, I do this and this for the residence, I do this for the university, I do this for the radio station, I do this, I tutor also, I do that, I do that, I do that. There's a lot of stuff. But now, how do you prioritize? Now, what I do in the beginning of the year, and every time I do something, I join something, I prioritize and put it in order. So number 1 is definitely school, law school. It's no question. Number 2, it's this. Number 3, it's this. So whenever I'm stand with a situation where I had to decide which I'm going to prioritize over the other, I just refer back to that, and I think I wrote it in my diary or something. And once the one is above the other, that one is the one that takes it. Really, it's important to prioritize, because prioritizing has helped me in such a way that I do not regret a lot of the decision I make, because I know that when I did the decision, it was based on this. And when you go back to that table, if I go back to that and I would still make the same decision, I definitely know that I did not make a wrong decision. Right? That's priorities. And then the last one, it's very much correlated to what I just spoke about, which is priorities, and it is juggling. My friend was like, when I told him I'm doing a music, did I not just say music video? When I told my friend that I'm doing a, I don't know why my phone is ringing, I'm doing a YouTube video, the first thing was like, please talk about how you juggle everything. I must say, from a very young age, and I feel like, you know, when I used to think I'm dramatic in high school and primary school, when I was this person who was very much focused in terms of I had systems that are still running today. I still use them today, like system of how to do things, how do I file my things, how do I take notes, and all of that. I must say it has helped me a lot in terms of time management, prioritizing, and also how to deal with issues of juggling things. I must say, I applaud myself. These are the things where I clap hands for myself, that the fact that when I look back of the fact that I do so many things and I'm still able to do what I want to do, because I put systems in place that are going to not only allow me to do what I have to do, but I'm going to be able to do what I have to do at the right time, very much prior to when I actually have to do it, so I can put time in, go through it, invest time into things. So that is how I juggle everything, and every once in a while I do compensate myself, Shem. If I feel like I want to have something cold in the fridge, I get it. I don't care if it's in the middle of semester or what. Of course, I know I won't be drinking it to get intoxicated or what. Okay, that's criminal law, by the way, but it's fine. I don't have that intention. It's just to chill, or just the thing of, you know, when you buy yourself sweets, and then when you study, and then when you feel like you're unmotivated or demotivated, whatever, you just go back and you have a sweet, and you feel like you're compensating yourself for what you put in, so you don't feel about really the fact that you're neglecting a lot of other things. That, I must say, has helped me a lot. I am someone who doesn't necessarily need validation. I'm not someone who seeks validation from other people, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm not the person that needs people to tell me. That's what I'm saying. It's very useless for me to think, it would be very useless for me to pay a psychologist, a psychiatrist or something, because I feel like I would go there and actually counsel them. Is it counsel or what is it called? Counseling, counsel, whatever. So yeah, I don't want to have this, I don't want to make this a very long video already. It's this one alone is about 20 something minutes. So those are the 7 things that I've learned in university. I will say them again. Number 1, it is not like first year. Secondly, what I learned, the 3 very important things I learned. 3, important to be sure of what you're studying. Make sure that LLB is what you want to do, BA or BCom. It is all law degrees, but please do make sure that it is what you want to do. 5, priorities. And 6, I think I forgot one last one. Number 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Yes, number 7. So the other one is number 6. Number 7 is then second semester and semester 2. How do I feel about it? I must say I'm excited for it. Very excited for semester 2. Cannot wait for it. I feel like it's also going to be faster than first semester, because second semester is very shorter than first semester. And also what I'm more excited about is the fact that I am going to do another new module in criminal law. So I have 3 criminal law modules this year, and I'm going to be doing specific crimes next semester. So I think they structured it in such a way that we first did the introduction and the content of criminal law is how can I put it, as the how can I put it, substantive side of the criminal law in the first semester, and then in second semester is then where you will have to deal with the procedural law where you'll then have to deal with. I'm already doing criminal procedure, but I'm speaking about the other semester module, which is specific crimes. So now what we've learned there will have to apply in specific crimes. So very excited for it once again. And also the SER, unlike last year, remember SER, which is again the music thing? Yes, it was in second semester. This year is also in second semester, but it's at the beginning of second semester. So after SER, I'll be done with SER. I'll have the world's time on my hands. So all the times I've so far thought that I'm going to invest the time that I've been spending every week 3 times, those 6 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, I'm going to spend them in something new. And I think I'm going to go back to to tutoring. If I have time for it, I'm going to go back there, but if not, I will definitely find something to do. And yeah, that's the last one. Second year second semester was the last thing that I've learned. Those are the 7 things that I have learned, and I must say I am every day very appreciative of the journey that I'm still on. I'm very appreciative of the fact that I've been given the opportunity and I've been granted the opportunity to do what I love. I'm not working yet, I'm just being honest of how I feel, and I must not lie to you and say it's horrible. It is horrible. It's horrible. But the sentiment behind it is beyond words, and I cannot explain it beyond what I'm already saying. So with all that being said, thank you for watching this video thus far, because the fact that you are already here and you are still with me, listening to me just speaking about how I feel, means a lot to me. Would you please do so and invest in me by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, sharing it to your friends who may be thinking of doing law, who are also first year law students, and just give them a snippet of this is how I experienced my second year. Not full second year, in fact, first semester of second year. So please do the most, and I must say I love you guys. And also something that, once again, I cannot lie to you, I'm not someone who really is into things of materialistic stuff or such things. I'm not someone who's into numbers. So when I checked, only when I was editing, and if you can see the new remake of my channel, like I've got it looks very professional banner. So I noticed that I've got just above 120, or if it's not 120 or just above 120 subscribers into my YouTube channel. So I love that for us. It means we're growing. It means what I'm doing, some people do watch it, some don't. I don't expect everyone to like my content, of course, because yeah, that's what I can say. So thank you very much. Enjoy your day.